They say the ocean remembers everything, even the screams that history tried to bury. On a small island off the coast of Dakar, Senegal, tourists now walk where thousands once cried for help. Children, mothers, fathers, whole families, all torn away from their home, never to return. And at the center of it all stood one place, a narrow, silent, cold archway known across the world only as the Door of No Return. Welcome to one of the darkest true stories in African history. A story of stolen children, broken families, and a legacy that still burns beneath the waves. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you never miss these powerful historical mysteries. Now, let's go back in time. Imagine the West African coast in the 1600s. The sun is bright. The air is warm. Children play in the sand, chasing each other through palm trees. Mothers weave baskets. Fishermen return with nets full of life. Drums echo across the horizon, music, laughter, celebration. But one night, as the moon hangs high, the peace breaks. Foreign ships, massive wooden monsters, appear on the horizon. Their sails look like wings of death. Their cannons glimmer under the moonlight. The villagers don't know it yet, but these ships have come for them. Gorée Island, just a short distance from the mainland, has already become a hub of prison for enslaved Africans. European traders built massive houses along the island's edges, each one hiding dark rooms deep below. These were not rooms for living. These were rooms for waiting, for suffering, for breaking the spirits of men, women, and children before sending them across the Atlantic. Among these houses stood a large pink structure, the most infamous of all, the House of Slaves. Inside it, the air was always heavy, the walls always damp, the floors always cold. Upstairs, European families lived in comfort-warm rooms, fresh meals, sea views. Downstairs, beneath them, people were chained in darkness. The cruelty was not hidden. It was layered. Children were taken separately from adults. Boys in one room, girls in another. Babies in separate corners, often so weak they cried themselves silently into the night. And the children were always the most valuable. Traders preferred them. They were small. They were easier to control, easier to train, and would live longer under the brutal plantation system. They were sold like items, strong, weak, quiet, obedient, children barely old enough to speak their own names. Many were kidnapped right from their villages. Some were sold by rival tribes after wars. Some were traded for guns, alcohol, cloth, or beads. Whatever the story, the ending was always the same. They ended up in the belly of this pink house on Gorée Island, awaiting a fate they did not understand. One of the most haunting features inside the House of Slaves was the children's room, a small, narrow, airless space where dozens were forced to sit in darkness, some chained, some crying, some too weak to even lift their heads. And guards stood above them with whips, enforcing silence. Imagine being a child, hearing your mother crying somewhere in another room, but being unable to reach her, unable to speak, unable to run. Imagine the terror. Every corner of the house was designed to break human beings. The pregnant women's chamber, the men's chamber, the punishment room, and finally, the tunnel that led to the last doorway they would ever pass through. That doorway, that arch, that silent opening facing the ocean, the door of no return. For those who stepped through it, life as they knew it ended. Africa disappeared behind them, and a new world of pain awaited across the Atlantic. Witnesses say children cried louder than anyone. Some begged to go back. Some held onto the walls until their fingernails cracked. Some fought until they were beaten unconscious. Some went limp, silent, broken by fear. And behind them, the waves crashed softly, as if the ocean was apologizing for what humans had done. The ships waiting outside were crowded beyond imagination. Each ship packed hundreds into spaces, so tight the children could not stretch their legs. The story of Gorée Island is not just a story of slavery. It's a story of resistance. Many children fought back. Some tried to jump into the ocean to swim home. Some bit the hands of the traders. Some even tried to set fire to the holding rooms using smuggled embers. There were also rebellions on the ships, small groups of enslaved Africans risking everything to take control and sail back to freedom. Many failed, but their courage lives on. And then there were the mothers left behind. Imagine coming back from the fields and seeing your home empty, your child's footprints ending near the shore, your son's drum lying in the sand, your daughter's necklace broken outside the hut. Villagers searched for days, weeks, some for years, but the truth was too painful to accept. Their children had passed through the door of no return, a place designed to erase families from history. But history did not win, because the stories survived. Today, Gorée Island is a quiet place. The sea breeze is gentle. Tourists walk freely through the same halls where shackles once clinked. They stand in the children's room, feeling the weight of eyes that once stared up from those shadows. They step before the door of no return and look out at the empty sea, and something inside them shifts. You cannot stand there without imagining the children standing in that same spot centuries ago, crying, praying, hoping someone would save them. Some people say the house of slaves is haunted. They hear whispers, soft footsteps, the sound of chains dragging lightly on stone. But perhaps it isn't haunting. Perhaps it's memory. A memory that refuses to die. Gorée Island exists today not as a symbol of pain, but as a warning, a reminder of what humanity is capable of and what we must never allow again. The children who walked through the door of no return never came back, but their story, their courage, their suffering, their dreams, their stolen futures lead through us. Their bloodlines stretch across the Caribbean, Brazil, America, Haiti, and countless other places where their descendants now thrive, resist, rebuild, and rise. And maybe that is the final message they leave for us. You may take people from their homeland, but you cannot erase their spirit. You cannot erase their legacy. You cannot erase their voice. Today, that voice speaks through every generation fighting for justice, identity, freedom, and dignity. The children of Gorée Island were stolen, but they are not forgotten. They live in every drumbeat, every freedom song, every African descendant who survives and rises despite everything history tried to destroy. If this story moved you, hit that subscribe button. We have many more stories from Africa's hidden past, stories of courage, pain, power, survival, and truth. And tell me in the comments, do you believe the spirits of Gorée Island still watch over the place? I want to hear your thoughts.